So the next one is slide, or we can write it down like this. Fx plus a, it either slides upwards. Fx minus a, you slide downwards, remember. So when you have a picture like this, y equals to x squared plus 3, you slide the picture upwards. That's it. You start from the original picture, y equals to x squared, and you slide it upwards. So it would be like this. When you have x squared equals to minus 3, you slide it downwards. So originally it was at 0, it would be here minus. Of course, now we wouldn't know what these are. It's not possible from this sliding. We have to find it out by, other means. For example, putting y equals to 0. So then it would be x squared minus 3 equal to 0 would be an equation. So we have to find plus minus square root 3. So that's how we have to find it. Otherwise, by sliding, we will not be able to know what this is. Then we can slide around x cubed plus 1. So then the entire picture goes up. So this is 1. If you have x cubed minus 1, the entire picture goes below and it cuts here minus 1. It's pretty easy, straightforward sketching. And here again, you wouldn't know where it's cutting here unless you put y equals to 0. Then you'll find out this is 1. And other slide we have, when you have a y equals to 1 by x, suppose plus 2. Now this one is going to be a little bit difficult because you see, the original picture, y equals to 1 by x, it's made up of two broken lines or asymptotes. So this is what the original picture looks like. Now, if you have y equals to 1 by x plus 2, it's going to slide upwards. If it slides upwards, that means the original asymptote is going to move upwards. You can see the asymptote over here. So the asymptote was initially at 0, but since it slided upwards, this would become 2. And the boomerang would look like this, and the other one would look like this. So that's why this is a bit difficult. Or if it was y equals to 1 by x minus 2, then from the original picture, it would slide downwards. So this asymptote would go here, minus 2. And you would have this boomerang over here and this one over here. So when you have this type of slide, it's a little bit difficult with the broken line. Then the same thing when we have with e to the power x. So when we have e to the power x, so suppose you have y equals to e to the power x plus 1. Again, we have, remember, the original picture has an asymptote with it. So e to the power x plus 1 means when it slides upwards, the asymptote would move upwards. So this one would be 1. And the picture would be this. So previously it used to cut the y-axis at 1. Now it would cut the y-axis at 1 plus 1, 2, because it slided upwards. And if you have y equals to e to the power x minus 1, then what would happen? The asymptote would slide downwards, and the picture would be like this. And here it would cut. Previously it was 1, so it would now go through 0. Yes, it would go through 0 because previously it cut 1 unit sliding downwards, it would be through 0. And in case of ln x, when you have y equals to ln x plus 1, remember, it's difficult to see the slide because the original picture looks like this. If it moves upwards or downward, you're not going to be able to see what happens. So it's difficult to see. So when you have sketching, the most common slide transformations are this one, quadratics, cubics. These are the slide question, or e to the power x. This is the common slide question, or even this. So these are the common slide questions. Now there's another type of slide. So far I showed you a vertical slide. There's a horizontal slide over here, like this. So this time with x plus a. Now this is a bit reversed. When you have x plus a, the a is inside of x. So if it is plus, you move it left, towards the left. If it is minus, you move it towards the right. It's reversed. So what is the difference between the previous slide? Well, the previous slide was outside. This one, it would be x plus a whole squared. So it's inside the square. So x plus a whole square means starting from the original picture. Remember, the original picture is a parabola like this, y equals to x squared. So x plus a means it is moving towards the left by a unit. So the picture starting from 0 over here, it would be here minus a. It would move towards the left. When you have y equals to x minus a whole squared, it moves towards the right. So the picture would look like here. It would move towards the right. When you have y equals to x plus a whole cubed, then you have a slide towards the left. So now you can easily figure out. So this would be here, minus a towards the left. When you have y equals to x minus a to the power 3, it would slide towards the right. So the slide, it would be here. Okay, now if you want to find out where does it cut the y-axis or x-axis, you have to find it differently by putting the value of y0. Cutting the x-axis means y0, cutting the y-axis means x0. You have to find it differently. But by the transformation of sliding, you have to figure out only by these things. Now, we can do the sliding also for this one. Y equals to 1 by x plus a. Remember the hyperbola? So the original picture is like this. Okay, so this time the vertical broken line or the vertical asymptote would slide towards the left. So the picture, the picture would look like this. This would move or slide backwards by a unit. So this would be minus a, and the boomerangs would look like this. And if you have y equals to 1 by x minus a, which means a slide towards the right, so the vertical asymptote now would move towards the right, and it would be a here, and you would have a boomerang over here and the boomerang over here. So that's what the slide looks like. Now, we don't have a slide for e to the power x. Remember, we're talking about the most common questions. And a slide of y equals to ln x, y equals to ln, suppose x plus a, would be like this. The vertical asymptote, remember, this is what the original ln x picture looks like. It will slide towards the left. So if it slides towards the left, this is where the asymptote would move to. From 0, it would move to minus a towards the left, and the picture would be like that. So since previously it cut at the point 1, it would move a unit, so it would be 1 minus a. That's what the value would be. So it would slide towards the left. And similarly, if it x minus a, it would slide towards the right. So the sliding of y equals to ln of x minus a would be like this. The vertical asymptote is here. So this is a now. And the sliding would be over here. So previously it was 1. It would be 1 plus a. So it's very, very important that you remember the original pictures. You always have to start with the original pictures. This is like memorizing some words. Even if you don't know the word of the meaning of the word in detail, or you do not speak that unknown language, just by memorizing some of the word, what that means, you can have some idea of that language. So it's a good idea to memorize these pictures, and from that you can do the other, form new words of the sliding and the flipping.